Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we have more to cover on Dr. Dre, just like we did last week with the announcement of Jesus is King 2, and this one involves a comment I've seen pop up in my notifications a couple of times under the videos I've done about Eminem's upcoming album. At the end of We Made You from Relapse, a song that has now had over 200 million views on this platform, Eminem stated Dr. Dre 2020, and the fact that we've been getting news that Dr. Dre is heavily involved with Eminem's upcoming album, this made some fans guess that Dr. Dre must have something is also cooking up, linking back to Eminem's Dre shoutout at the end of We Made You. Now of course it's silly to believe Eminem and Dr. Dre planned this out from back in 2009 when Relapse released, but a recent tweet from the founder of hip hop and more gives hope to those that also believed Dr. Dre has something is cooking up. Now according to Nav Josh, Dr. Dre is potentially looking at another great run in his incredible career as a hip hop musician, and he also adds, "I can't utter anything more than this at this point," which adds some suspense to his tweet. In the light of the tweet from Nav Josh, it all makes sense now because a few months ago, LA's Big Boy also stated that he's even heard a couple of songs by Dr. Dre and Eminem that all sounds fire. Fire was the word Big Boy used to describe the new songs he heard, and he stated that he was being honest about his take on the quality of the songs, since being in Dr. Dre's presence can make everything sound better, he said. The reason why I was blindsided by this was the fact that I only guessed that since Eminem and Dr. Dre are working together in the studio, it must be for Eminem's upcoming album only because of Dr. Dre's track record with album releases. But apparently, Dr. Dre could also be planning something for himself, according to the latest report. So Dr. Dre 2020 isn't that far-fetched, it turns out. Now that makes it more things to anticipate. Eminem's upcoming album, Jesus is King 2, and something from Dr. Dre, although I won't be holding my breath for the last two, which leads us to the next point at hand about something I consider blasphemous that I saw on Twitter after the announcement of Jesus is King 2, which will leave you guys gobsmacked. Hold up while I sip some tea. Before we get to that, remember to hit the like button if you're new, and also turn on notifications to never miss a video. So apparently when Jesus is King 2 was announced as a collab album with Dr. Dre, this tweet caused a bit of turbulence on Twitter in response to thoughts on Dr. Dre back in the game via Jesus is King 2. Now I don't know much about this page, but the response got a bit of attention. Not sure how to feel. Dre hasn't done much of anything his entire career, let alone this decade. No idea what to expect. Now the problem here is with the statement, Dre hasn't done much of anything his entire career, and I'll leave you guys to handle this tweet in the comments section. This is the kind of things many Eminem fans have to deal with on platforms like Twitter, and apparently it's beginning to spill over to his associates and legends like Dr. Dre, all in an attempt to rewrite history. We've already seen Billboard attempt to do this by changing the format on how they rank artists, so it's no surprise that their spawns will do the same. One of the latest things that's been going on in another episode of Let's Rewrite History is that Jay-Z came out on top in Renegade, when the case of that has been closed for over a decade now. So what are your thoughts on the revelation of Dr. Dre's next move? We know he's been working with Eminem, but I for one didn't know that he could be up to something of his own. Also leave your thoughts on the tweet that claimed Dr. Dre hasn't done much of anything his entire career. I think that sums up hip hop Twitter quite well. Leave your thoughts below, like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.